Yo, it's your boy Mello T, the coldest. Doing something totally different with the gaming content and such. And usually I would be posting like new games. I mean, like every week or something like that. But you know what? Said to myself, thinking to myself, let me go on ahead and do something totally new, where it's not too much work and such. And then at the same time, I'm kind of doing all of this on my own. So what I'm gonna start doing is, like doing what I usually do on a regular basis. The things I usually do on a regular basis, especially with anyone that actually knows me, they always ask me, "Hey, what new game is actually coming out? What's going on in the gaming world and such? Like what can you provide me with? Like that's those those key things." So I'm actually going to do something totally different and actually voice my opinion on things that are coming out. I'm gonna post news on what's coming out, not my opinion. Like, it's not an opinion thing. So I'm gonna start doing, like posting content, like with my gameplay in the background. And I'm also gonna start doing things like putting up my games that I'm actually looking forward to. This is more so like the melody, the coldest like coverage of video games that he's looking forward to. And not everybody likes exactly what I play, but it's a recommendation. It's usually what it is. So I'm not just gonna cover everything, and I'm also gonna cover, like what's going on in the atmosphere, what's going on in the gaming world. As far as like consoles, price hikes, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna also cover things like what new consoles are coming out, what new platforms are coming out. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna also have fun with this. If anyone has like any type of comments, anything that they were like like covered and such, I can definitely go and find that out. And also, if you do have some additional gaming like news, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. You can actually like post a comment and give me your feedback on everything. But I'm not gonna take too much time. So right now, what I'm gonna do, just gonna have some, like some gameplay footage of Battlefield 6 in the background. Because that's what I've been pretty much, like dabbling in right about now. It's been a while since we actually had a good Battlefield game. Not counting that 2042 stuff. That's one thing I'm not covering. I tried to play that and I actually got that using a coupon, never paid for it. And I cannot stress enough how terrible that game was. I did not have a fun time. That could have gone better. Like they had some nice features in there. They had some really nice features in there. Just that everything else, the atmosphere, all of that, it just did not follow through. I kind of like the natural disasters that they had in there, like with the tornado and such. I did like that, but it just wasn't enough for me to actually like stay with it. Even though people like, oh, you can get bonus rewards on Battlefield 6, and if you play 2042, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving myself that headache. That's just not for me. If anybody enjoyed that, I mean, that's kudos to you all. That's not for me to judge. Every gamer actually have that game that they love to play. I don't play everything. I'm not a sports person. I used to be. I stopped playing fighting games for a long time. Those are not my things that I like to cover, but I will cover, like I said, the things that I would, like pretty much cover. So, without further ado, as far as like Battlefield 6, I want to talk more about that. So, Battlefield 6, as you know, you're seeing my gameplay in the background. Man, when I tell you that I have never stayed up so late playing a game in a long time, a multiplayer game. I didn't do it with Call of Duty, even though I play Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, but the new Call of Duty, we're not gonna sit up here and just bash on Call of Duty and such. But I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat and say that, hey, that is what I'm actually looking forward to playing. This new Battlefield game right here is the game that I've been looking forward to playing. And man, I'm having so much fun with me and my friends. I mean, like, shouts out to my friends. Like, I mean, we definitely get on there. We do our things on there. So you'll end up catching them in the clips and such. I mean, like as far as this game goes, but man, when I tell you, getting back to the feel of Battlefield, with the tanks, the aircraft, a lot of chaos going on. Like the environment, like the building, the destruction, all of that good stuff. Playing the objective, actually like playing the classes that you have. That right there is what I was looking for. I was hoping that was in 2042. I like the wing glider things that was happening in 2042, but like I said, um, it wasn't enough to keep me there. It just wasn't. But I will say this: that it definitely, I mean, it definitely got players talking. This is how you're supposed to do it. Like what I've always complained about in the beginning for any type of multiplayer game. It's not all about like when you're doing multiplayer, especially PvP. It's about the players. You have to engage the players. And what better way to engage the players? They launched this whole entire playtest before the game came out. And they kind of brought back in QA testing. And they did that with the Battlefield Lab. And I'm glad that they did that. Now they got, I mean, pretty much doing that, they brought back the player base and, like considered what players would like to see. And this is what we got. This is what we got. Because I will tell you the truth. From the beta, I knew that they was actually on point. And I tell you, I did break. I did break, like the code. I don't care. I broke code. I said I was going to get it a day after the release on October 10th. I said I was going to do that, but I didn't. Want to know why? I was too excited for the game, and the game just was playing so good on, like on the beta. Just from the beta alone, it was playing well. Even though we had your cheaters and such, I had to turn off the crossplay. I'm not playing with you PC players out there because I know how much you all like the mod and cheat across the board using all of these wall hacks. Not playing with you all. Sorry. I don't care. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just not going to do that. But I will be on there with like console players, of course. I did not test this out. I don't know if Battlefield actually has something like that. I mean, something like this out there. I would like to play with like Xbox players as long as just like for consoles. I want that type of crossplay. The type of crossplay I would like are the ones, like with PlayStation and Xbox users. So you have the console like crossplay, and then you got PC crossplay. I want the console crossplay. Maybe they would probably put something like that in the game, but I'm not playing with any type of PC players. Sorry, I'm not doing it. It doesn't have anything to do with skills or anything, because if it's a skill issue, if it sounds like a skill issue with me, I don't care. There is no such thing as skill issues when you're playing with somebody that's wall hacking and just aimbotting all over the place and you can't do anything about it. That's not a skill issue. That more so sounds more like cheaters. There's just cheaters and hackers, and I'm not playing with that. But other than that, let's get into some other news. Speaking of like trying to play with like Xbox players, there's some Xbox news that has been going around, and I'm glad that I'm actually doing this content just to actually discuss. So, the time that I'm actually doing this recording, there are some things that are going around right now about Xbox and a price hike. This is not the first price hike that they had this year. I think this is like the fourth price hike that they had this year. Whether or not it's a subscription or the console. And then they got new like portable devices that are actually coming out right now. I mean, and that right there, like when they first announced it, I was like, me and my baby, me and my fiance, we was all over it. We was like, man, we might gonna have to get us one, like so that we can be on the go if we want to play like some grounding and stuff, and like be on the go, like play our Xbox games and such. And I wanted one. Nope. As soon as that price came out, nope. Microsoft is doing it seems like they're doing any and everything to not, like to pretty much like repel the players. It seems like they're repelling the player base. I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm a person that is about the platform, about the games. Actually take that back, about the platform. I'm not about the platform. I'm about the gaming. I don't care what platform anybody's playing on. And I love PC gaming as well. Just like I like Nintendo. I don't like what Nintendo doing, but we're not that's just going in another direction that I'm not discussing on this particular video. But I follow the games. I don't follow the platform. Don't care what platform is on. You got good games, I'm there. As long as you have like the lineup of games for me to justify my purchase, I'm on it. I'm on it no matter what. But Xbox seems to be repelling the players. And I definitely don't like where this is going, because now we don't have like that market where exclusive games are not safe. It don't seem like exclusive games are safe on like on these consoles and such no more. Because I know for a fact that PlayStation is probably going to end up doing it too. But it seems like PlayStation are still keeping like certain games on their console so that they don't go full Microsoft. So, because Microsoft, they just dishing everything across the board, whether it's not. We've seen it on Nintendo. With some of the games, we've seen it on like PlayStation, and of course, PC is gonna get it. Because think about it, Microsoft are the ones that creates the operating system for these PCs and such. You can't run a PC without a good operating system. And Microsoft is universal when it comes to that, and they're the only ones that's there. You can't compete with that. There's no business in that. But I digress. So about the whole entire this particular week, Xbox is releasing the new ROG Xbox Ally and the ROG Xbox Ally X. Now, this week on the 16th, they are releasing those, but the price threw me off, and like I said before, me and my fiance were looking forward to that so heavily until they released that price. That price says $600. That's just for the Xbox Ally. That's not even the premium one. Now the premium one is an additional $400. So that's the Ally X. Yeah, that's nice and all. Yeah, you get 1 TB in there. That's cool and all. But nah, we not going there. I'm just not going there. I'm not even gonna put my money into like having a portable system that doesn't play every game on that particular system, because there's not a lot of games that you can actually like play from Xbox. Like the ones, maybe they do. Maybe Xbox has a workaround on that. I'm not gonna sit there and say that. I'm not a person that likes to go based off of how they feel when it comes to these things, or heavily opinionated. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get extra emotional about it. But I will say the way that they're doing this rollout is not looking good. And man, I was really looking forward to that, to playing my games on the go. But who knows? They probably do have a workaround as far as like being able to play all your favorite titles. I already know that. I mean, I already know you can get on there and play like games from the Steam library or whatever the case may be. Um, I mean, like it's pretty much like a little portable. It's like a laptop in your hand, pretty much. You know, like you have access to. I mean, to like you have the Windows operating system on the inside of there. Now you got Xbox along with that. That's pretty cool. I think that that's pretty dope. But other than that, it's not worth $600 to $1,000. It's not, really not. And then another kicker that Microsoft is doing, talking about the consoles. Consoles started off at launch date. I'm going to go through these prices. They had at least a good what two two price hikes since then. This is about the consoles. Now, your Series S, your Series S at launch was actually $300. $300. That was on launch date. That was in 2020. And then 2025, May. The Series S it's $380. Now it's $400. Just for a basic model of a Series S. That's a 512 gigabyte hard drive on the inside of there. But SSD memory. So that's solid state drive pretty much. That's crazy alone. Okay? It's like if you actually like, it's like having the essential. It's like that they're doing this whole entire like tier with not only with like their subscription, they also doing this tier thing with their console. So they're making people dial back to like essential just with their marketing strategy. So it's like I guess they're trying to get the Series S pushing, because I'm pretty sure nobody was not biting at any Series S. They probably was losing money with these promotions that they've been running with like Verizon, things of that nature. That's probably what's going on here. They're trying to make that money back, but I don't see them making any money back with the way that they're doing this. They already I kick themselves in the balls with talking about this is an Xbox, that's an Xbox, here's another Xbox, I got this Xbox, hey, you got an Xbox in your shoe, I got an Xbox over here in my pizza box. Yeah, that's what they've been doing. But and then I'm just gonna go ahead, and then we got the Series S. Series S with the 1 terabyte. It was $350 at launch, $430 around like May 2025, and now it's sitting at $450. That's the 1 terabyte Series S. Now let's get to the X model. Okay, so between the X models, you have the digital, which is a 1 terabyte solid state drive. At launch, it was $450. May 2025 of this year is $550. That was $550. Now, here in October, here we are in October, it is $600. That was a price that everybody was shocked about, that Sony had put out back in the days, because they had the PS1, you had PS2, like you had all of that emulated in that particular console. Not to mention the operating system that they use, the Linux base. That was pretty neat that they actually had that, but people wasn't thinking about that, like thinking about the tech under the hood. That was when tech actually felt like something was being done differently. Now it's like tech is kind of like dialing back, kind of like phones, and it is. Hey, I won't lie. At this point, it just seems like the only thing that's different about any like console or platform or graphics card, everybody is pushing aspect ratio. Oh, we got 8K here. I don't care about that. Give me my frame rates. We already hit the nice graphic grounds. As long as you have a high frame rate, like 120 and up, that is a smooth game like experience. That's for me personally. I know not everybody can see like the difference between 30 to 60 FPS, the frame dip, or even 100. But hey, that's what some people tell me, but I can definitely tell the difference. It's like night and day. But like I said, the only difference between like platforms these days is AI, ray tracing, and DLSS. That's what that is right about now. Okay, so the next thing that you have about the Series X, this is the disk drive version. So the disk drive version, which is also a terabyte, that was 500 on launch day, $600 on that's May 2025 of this year, and now it's sitting at $650 October. $650, $50 over what the PS3 used to cost when it first came out. All right, now let's talk about that 2 terabyte console, the disc-based console. Now the Series X 2 terabyte disc-based console at launch, when it first launched, I believe that launched 2 years later after it originally released. It came out to $600 when it first launched. In May, it changed to $730. Listen to the actual retail price of this. Didn't mean to quote Bob Barker, rest in peace to him. But man, this thing came out to $800. As of now, it is $800. That's crazy work. I'm gonna let that sink in. That's crazy work. But hey, got the money. You don't care about the price, dude. I mean, like, I don't tell anybody what to do. I don't dictate anybody's pocket. I don't dictate what they should or should not buy. But you got to know when you feel. When you're being cheated out of something. You have to know when you're being cheated out of something. Like, sometimes you gotta let consumers know. Okay, so before you do this, at least look at what you're getting before you actually make that purchase. Is it something that you know for a fact that you're going to use every day? What are you using it for? Are you using it for just movies and such? Then guess what? These days, people don't even buy DVDs like they used to, even though it's a better model. I prefer physical, to be honest. But if you're just doing videos and you're talking about digital, you don't do disc or anything, and you're just doing videos and such, you can easily just get yourself a smart TV and that's it. You don't really need the console if you're just gonna play probably like just one particular title. Just one particular title is not worth the price that they're actually offering these days. Imagine spending $800 just to play one title, and then next thing you know, you're done with it. You're done with it. You're not even using that thing no more. Now it's collecting dust. But like I said, I don't dictate what people do with their money. But I will definitely say this: um, make sure it's worth it. Make sure it's worth your time. Don't sit there. Don't do yourself dirty like that. I would never allow anybody to do themselves like that and cheat themselves out of something that they could have got that is more worth. That's worth it to them than getting something and playing it one time and never again. On to the next thing. Remember what I was saying about the tier service? It seems like they have a tier marketing plan. Talking about the tier marketing plan with Microsoft, seems like not only are they playing, they doing this with the console. They're doing this with their, like their game subscription, their online subscription, their Game Pass. That's what they're doing. So it's like they're dangling another carrot. They're dangling carrots on us gamers and such, and yeah, I don't agree with the new business model. I remember they also like hiked the price up. They did that secretly. I remember the Game Pass like was actually at $15, I believe, and then they went up to like $17, which I wasn't it wasn't bad. Like 17, $18. It wasn't bad. But the fact that now Essential is still at $10, which I actually went back to, and you have a premium one that's actually for $14.99, and then now your Ultimate Game Pass is going to run you about like $30. And I know a lot of people would be out there and say, "Hey, well, guess what? They got Call of Duty and all of that, and the other things that they've acquired." Some people find that as a win that they're doing that. I see that as a loss because now you're losing so many people. You've seen so many people like cancel it. It was they was canceling their service, their subscriptions and such so bad that they actually broke like the website pretty much to try to get in there, the application. But I would definitely say this. I don't know what Microsoft is doing. Hopefully Microsoft can definitely start listening to gamers and actually do what they're supposed to do for gamers. It's not like Xbox is actually a weak company or anything. They're just making bad business moves at this point, especially with us gamers. But yeah, I went back to the Essential for $10. I end up purchasing my games like I usually do. I know which games I would like to play and which ones I don't like to play, so I don't need no game pass model, no subscription model to tell me, hey, you can try this out. You can try this. You can try this out. I don't need all of that. Just a nice demo. I'm good. Other than that, let's go on ahead and talk about something else, which is Ghost of Yotei, which is one of those games that released earlier this month. And also another game I've been playing and diving into is my all-time favorite, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which re-released on September 30th. I've been waiting on that for a long time, but I'm not going to overshadow like Ghost of Yotei because we all know about Final Fantasy Tactics. Well, those of you that do know. But let's get into Ghost of Yotei. So pretty much Ghost of Yotei right about now, even though I haven't gone like so deep with the game yet. I'm still kind of in the beginning of the game. I got to the point to where I'm actually looking for the next victim. I'm looking for my next victim right now. But this game here is so gorgeous, and like I said, I would definitely say that. I would definitely say this actually. Looking at the video online where other people playing it, like the videos online, it doesn't do any type of justice trying to look at it online. It's a game that you have to see in person. That's the same thing I was saying about Death Stranding 2. Like looking at it online, you can't look at the videos online and think that you're getting a full experience. Oh my God, those are some things you have to witness in person. Yeah, I cannot express that enough. But like I said, if you know somebody and you're not interested in playing the game or anything, but you're curious about how it looks, go to a friend's house or something like that and try to check the games out. Trust me when I say that it's worth looking at those games in person, like games like those. But I definitely do notice the difference between Ghost of Tsushima to Ghost of Yotei, and the stance that they used to have, the stance in Ghost of Tsushima. Like you had your upper stance, your lower stance, your mid stance. That is changed between like the weapons. Now you got different weapons that you use. So the stance, like you'll have a sword or you'll have a dual blade, or maybe even a spear or whatever the case may be. Those are pretty much your stance. I haven't, like I said, I haven't gone so deep into the game, but I would definitely say this: Sucker Punch knows how to make a good game. Sucker Punch has been in the game for a minute. They know how to make a good game, and they're gonna definitely like take their time to do it. Kudos to them. It's not one Sucker Punch game I have yet to play, except I haven't play too much of Sly Cooper or anything, but I will definitely say this: Sucker Punch knows how to make games. I would say that. And last, what we're gonna do on this particular like video, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. And what I want to end it with is, like my games that I'm looking forward to that are coming out this month. So the games I'm looking forward to are Ninja Gaiden 4, which comes out on October 21st. Double Dragon Revive, which is out October 23rd. I will be honest, I don't know whether or not I'm going to play that. But I know I'm going to play it sometimes. I personally don't like the way it looks. I'm still thrown off by that look, that design that they have. It looks kind of clunky to me, to be honest. It really does. But I'm not going to say that it's not going to be a fun game. You never judge a book by its cover, because I can get that game in my hand and next thing you know, I'm having so much fun. So I'm not going to knock it out like that. So that is on my list. It may be one of those things that I might wait until it becomes a little bit cheaper though. But I definitely want to check it out because I love Double Dragon. And then you also have the Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, the first one does not have like the best story in the world, but to me personally, I was entertained and I love what I played. So I will definitely like get into part 2 and see what they have to offer. Hopefully it's a better story this time around. I already know that the gameplay is going to be there and the visual is going to be there. And like I said, I'm definitely excited about that as well. And just for a bonus news, we have Clair Obscur actually resurfaced. When I say that, it's resurfacing because they're actually like releasing because you was able to pre-order this like a couple months ago. You could pre-order from GameStop the Lumière edition, and it's coming out October 31st of this month. And I did double dip. I definitely double dip because I wanted one to open and one to keep sealed. And that's not for me to just sit there and go out and try to, like do what scalpers do and sell it. No, I just want one sealed. So yeah, I'm not even going to say I double dip. I triple dip. I actually got a digital version and I got a physical version, and then I got another physical version because I definitely want to see the physical and the copy, and I wanted to open one, so that's the reason why. So I definitely triple dip. But other than that, that's the bonus that I wanted to put out there. That's releasing. There's also an Amazon version of, collector's version of Clair Obscur Expedition 33 that's coming out. Just be aware that they do come with the steelbook case, but they also come with cards that actually has like the characters on there. And the thing is that you probably will end up getting like 3 of the characters. You won't get the full cast of characters. It's kind of like buying like baseball cards and Pokemon cards. You might not get the ones that you want. So even if you buy multiple, you have a chance of it being, like not being like the ones that you're looking for. So I had to put that out there as well. I don't know if it's still available to pre-order on Amazon, but yeah, if there's something that you want to do, definitely go out and look into it. But other than that, I'm ending it on that note. And if you enjoyed yourself for this particular video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment. I will be posting more that's going to help the channel, and trust me, there's going to be like other things that's going to happen on the channel, whether or not it's giveaways. We're going to have fun with this. This is something brand new. I'm actually speaking from the heart, and this is my heart, which is gaming, like music, entertainment. You pretty much name it. As far as like gaming and music and such, this is art, and pretty much, like I said, Mello the Coldest is chilling out. Peace out, Pete.
Guaranteed no contest. Me versus me, the contest. Listen close while I feed the concept and elite the nonsense.